to a new video inside One in a Million. My name is Eunice, and I am so excited to be doing this video with you guys today. We have a really delicious topic, and this was really inspired by, well, myself, my journey as I am continuing to do this work, and I have so many new explorations, so many new findings and discoveries about this topic around discovering, knowing, and owning your self-worth, as well as the work of my clients that we do together. So one of the things that I have found about the journey of walking the path of self-worth is that nobody knows on the outside, on the surface, on the external world, nobody really knows that you are going through it. So what do I mean by that? A lot of times when we suffer from low self-esteem and the feeling of low self-worth, like we feel like, we don't really belong to a place, we're not really accepted for who we are. A lot of times it feels like nobody else knows this but ourselves. No one can really tell from the outside whether or not if someone has high or low self-esteem or self-worth. Nobody can really tell from your appearance, from your hobbies, from the things that you do, from the way you dress, from the career you have. It's really hard to define something from the outside. You could look like you are someone who is really confident. You could look like you can have, you have your life put together, but you can suffer from a low sense of self-worth. So we're going to talk about the 3 principles today that is going to help you regain, help you to see, and help you to embody your true self-worth so that you can truly experience the kind of person, the kind of appreciation for the person that you are. This is such a beautiful journey, and I have to say, it is not, it has not been an easy one. I feel like, every now and then I'm still discovering new layers of myself. I'm also discovering new layers of the parts of me that I need to accept, that I need to embrace. And the more layers I accept and embrace myself, the more I deepen my sense of self-worth, because my self-acceptance and my self-love and appreciation goes so far beyond what I can do and what I have achieved in this world. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I know that these 3 principles are going to be really helpful for you. One other thing that I also want to mention about these 3 principles is that it's not something like, these are not step-by-step tools. These are principles that I have distilled from the things that I have found that can help you apply in your life to help you find your self-worth. So the actions that you do and the actions that I do is going to look very different. The things that we do to spend time with ourselves, to nurture ourselves, to forgive ourselves, to move on from the past, like, all these things are going to look very different for us, but the principles remain the same. So know that everything that I'm sharing with you here today is really applicable for you, and you can take whatever it is that I'm saying and use these 3 principles to apply it into your life so that you can customize it and tailor it the way that you want to use it, the way that feels best for you. All right. One other thing I also wanted to mention, like, I really want to jump into it. Like, there's so much that I want to cover first. One other thing that I want to mention is that it's not an overnight process. So, the more you allow yourself to experience what it feels to experience your self-worth, what it feels to know your own value, and to be in touch with the authentic version of you, the more you can remember and recall that in different situations and circumstances that may seem challenging to you, instead of resorting to an old self-image that no longer suits, no longer fits who you are. And so allow yourself to have as many exposures and experience, and go as far as you can in your life to explore what your self-worth means to you in different areas of your life, so that you can have a very holistic view, a three-dimensional view, four-dimensional view of, you know, who you really are to yourself. And then you can really be in acknowledgement and acceptance of that. So the very first thing that I want to dive into is, first you have to eliminate everything that does not serve your self-worth. Eliminate the things that you do not allow yourself to have. So this feeling of, this feeling that a lot of us carry of, I cannot have it, right? And this could apply to many things that we tell ourselves in our lives. I cannot, I don't have the time, right? I don't have the time to give to myself. I don't have, I don't have those kind of relationships. I can't have those relationships. I cannot have the career and the health. I cannot have good friendships. I cannot have the freedom or the happiness. Like, I have to always give up something. And it's this idea of prioritizing your desires in the second place and putting something else above yourself, right? And if you tell yourself, well, I can't have this happiness because this person took it away from me, or this career opportunity like put me at a place of my life where I cannot have the time that I want to spend with my family and friends, or it's robbed me from the things that I actually want to pursue, then you're putting putting yourself in a place of victimhood when you tell yourself that I can't have it, right? So examine where this feeling of I can't have it, I can't take that break, I can't take that vacation that I want, I can't spend time with my family, I can't have that understanding with my spouse or my partner. Like, examine where is that coming from. Examine where is it showing up in your life. Because if it shows up in one area of your life, and if you've been telling yourself, well, I can't have this in my life, chances are it is also showing up in other places in your life. And notice the common thread, the theme that runs in your life when you do not allow yourself to say, to have something. So for example, if you want peace in your life and you keep telling yourself that people keep, I don't know, interrupting your peace, people keep having confrontations with you, or there are a lot of family drama or conflict, and you are convinced that you cannot have it, then that's where you can ask yourself, well, why am I not allowing myself to have it? Why am I taking that opportunity away from myself? And then eliminate this narrative from your life. The fact that it's continuing to take a place in your life is stopping you from the pursuit of having it, right? So as long as you tell yourself, well, I can't have it, you're not really being at a place where you're chasing after it, or you're pursuing it, or you're working your way up towards it. So allow yourself to have it. Just completely eliminate the dialogue, the sentence. Eliminate this belief in your life that you cannot have it. Yes, you can have it, and just remove that belief from your life. So the second thing that I want to share with you, this is the second principle, is reinforcing. So what do I mean by that? Reinforcing the value of yourself, reinforcing your self-perception, reinforcing your self-worth. So whatever it is, like whether it's activity or relationships or people or hobbies or career path that you want to choose, allow it to align to the self-image and self-worth that you want to build, so that as you build them, as you walk the path and as you create that life, it becomes a reinforcement of the person that you want to become, right? So you are essentially, creating the building blocks from today onwards, because, well, now is really all you have. You are walking along the path of building your own self-worth, and every step that you're taking is contributing to reinforcing that identity, that new identity that you're creating for yourself. So, for example, only spend time with the people, and I'm just using this as an example. You only spend time with the people that reinforce and nurture your self worth, right? Spend time with the people that are healthy for you. Spend time with the people that helped you, like that help you regain a sense of self worth so that when you spend time with them, it is a very nurturing experience. Spend time pursuing the hobbies and the, extra like extracurricular things, the pursuits, the passion projects that you want to put your hands into. That when you do that, when you are in the process of that, and when you come out of those projects, you realize that it has fulfilled you in some way. It helps you reinforce your value. And this is really important because every single time we engage ourselves in something, like when we put our energy in something, we get something out of it, right? And what we want to get out of it is not, a draining kind of energy, but we want to, through active the active input of our energy, we want to regain a sense of balance, a sense of self worth, a very healthy self image, so that it reinforces this is who we are. This is who I want to be seen. This is how I see myself from now on. And this is my value because I continue to invest in these things, right? I continue to spend time with people that give me a very healthy reflection of myself. And this is by no means like being selfish or self serving, but this is your way of contributing, building, and establishing who you are as you walk forward, as you walk the steps right now. So the present moment has everything to do with nurturing who you are and paving the way for yourself in the future. So the third principle, and this is the final step, however you however you apply these principles are up to you. Again, um, I just know that it will show up very differently for every single person, but I know that it's going to really help you. So the third principle, and I use this a lot for myself, is invest in spending time with yourself. Invest in spending more time with yourself. So this could be many different things. This could like manifest in many different ways, right? You could spend time with yourself just in silence. You could spend more time with yourself exercising. You could spend more time just like cleaning. You could spend more time in walks with yourself or asking self-contemplating questions, spending an afternoon journaling, or spending more time, like dedicating more time to your meditations, or spending more time in prayer, right? There's so many ways that you can invest in spending more time to yourself. And when you do that, I think such a beautiful thing happens when you invest in time with yourself, because you are sending a message to yourself that I am a worthy investment, right? I am worth investing my time and attention to myself. So instead of giving all my attention away, instead of giving all my time away to other people, trying to help others, trying to do things for other people, trying to catch up with work, trying to make sure I'm not falling behind, trying to make sure everybody else is happy, I view myself as my very first priority. And when I do that, I'm sending a signal to my mind, I'm sending a signal to my body, and this is experienced by my body as well, that I am my first priority and I am a valuable asset and I am an important person to myself. This is a very important feedback that you are getting, because every single time you spend time with yourself, you are getting that emotional feedback. Like, let me know if you're following this. You're getting that emotional feedback and this connection with yourself that otherwise could not be replaced by anything else. You could not feel the same way by doing something for others. It could not be replaced by, like, I don't know, like just engaging your attention with the external world. The time that you spend with yourself is quality time, is self-reflective time, is time that you get to get to know yourself. And when you know yourself, you get to have a connection with who you are and your soul and your spirit on a very intimate level. And this is probably the best thing that you can do for yourself, when you give the time to yourself, when you tell yourself that I'm a worthy investment, you're sending that message that I am the most important person on the planet. And I am willing to do this for myself because I find myself as a worthy person. I find myself as a growing asset. And this is a very beautiful reminder for me, because every single time I find myself, scrolling and thinking about other people, and I get into a comparison mode. I get into a place where, like, I'm just thinking about everybody else and, jumping out of my seat trying to help other people. And then I feel drained, and then I feel like, oh, why do I feel so small? Why do I feel so depleted? Why am I so frustrated at myself? A lot of times it comes from not investing in myself and giving all my time and energy away to others. So I find that, the more I see myself as a valuable investment, as a valuable asset, and I treat myself accordingly. So I follow these 3 steps, eliminate the idea that I can't have it. I reinforce my self-worth with the activities and the relationships that I engage myself in, with the hobbies that I engage myself in, so that I can reinforce my self-worth and I reinforce like who I am as I build myself in real time. And then number 3 is I invest in spending more time getting to know myself, getting to nurture myself, getting to grow myself. Then I find that my happiness starts to come together. Like, I feel like my life starts to come back together when I have these 3 things. So I hope that this, helps you navigate your way back to feeling a strong sense of identity within yourself, because there's no substitution for having a strong self-worth. There's no level of achievement you can you can do. There's no amount of things that you can do on this planet. There's no amount of accomplishments that you can have to replace a very strong sense of self-worth. And I also find that with a very strong sense of self-worth, it can carry you really far. And it really helps you to navigate like whatever challenges that you come across. And it also helps, it's like kind of like a wave. It like helps you to rise to that next level, to wherever it is that you want to be. So I hope this video helps you. These 3 principles, let me know if this resonates with you. And if it helps you in some way, please let me know in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And with that said, take care, have the best weekend, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.